It's Monday, and what better way to spend your time, guys, than watching another Love Island update. Yes, an update for a show that ended over a month ago. But we care, and that's why we're here. Now, firstly, we've had an update from Yasmin about her split with Jamie, basically confirming that it's true and leaving some rather interesting comments and thoughts in the space left after their relationship broke up. Have a look at this with me. By the way, if you can hear wind whistling, it's because I'm in a room where the wind whistles through the room. I sound like I'm in a sort of old Emily Bronte-esque house, don't I? Where things happen and you can hear the cold wind blowing through the house as a metaphor for the state of my mind. Blah, 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 etc. Enough, let's look at this. As per my recent TikTok, myself and Jamie split before the NTAs, but hadn't formally announced it yet. We're still really good friends, and I'll always have so much love and care for him for making my Love Island experience what it was. I find it laughable that everyone thinks I cheated on Jamie with Freddie from The Traitors, which is not true, and anyone who knows me knows my type is late 20s, 30s plus. Okay, right, there we go. So, all you guys out there, that's her type. I mean, the fact is that people saw her walking hand in hand with Freddie and getting all cozy, so that's where those implications came from, but I have no photographic record of this happening, so I can't prove it. I'm just going on what we've been told. But she added another comment here. At Jamie Rhodes is literally the most amazing man ever, and I'm forever grateful for the memories we made and time we spent together. You know what I'm going to say in response to that, don't you? If someone is the most amazing man ever and you still love him, then it begs the question, why do you split up from him? Clearly because he's not the most amazing man ever, and you don't actually love him in that sort of way. I know people say these things, and they're kind of just a comment, just something to kind of sound nice, but sometimes I do think when you've come off Love Island, to then say you still love someone, and the most amazing man ever, but I've split up from them, then clearly there was some sort of problem there. And I think we can guess what it probably was. But there we go. So they'd already split up, guys. They'd already split up before the NTAs. It was already on the rocks then. And it is what it is, isn't it? No one's shedding big tears over this. I think the group will still somehow stay together regardless of the fact that Jamie and Yasmin have broken up. Now, things in Helena's world don't seem to be doing that great because apparently she's been forbidden from returning to her job because of Love Island. Love Island star reveals they're not allowed to return to day job after show. Now this year's series of Love Island is coming to an end. The cast are either starting out on new shows with ventures or returning to their old jobs. However, it turns out the latter is not an option for everyone. Harry Cooksley is already back on the football pitch after coming in second place alongside Shakira Khan, but the other member of their love triangle will not be returning to their day job. I don't think they'll take me back after that roast I did, Helena Ford admitted, when asked by the Daily Star if she'd be returning to her job as an air hostess. She added, plus all the passengers will think, oh no, I'm going to get roasted now. Never say never, but I'm not looking to go back at the moment. Definitely not. Helena also revealed she's working on herself after the show. She explained, I think I need to take a break and do some therapy first. I watched a lot of things back that I didn't like in myself, so there's that to work on first. So that article and that whole premise is a bit of a cul-de-sac when you think about it, because it sounds to me like she's decided she's not going back to her day job. I don't think her employers have said she can't come back. I understand that she may think, oh, I'll get roasted, or after I did that roast as an air hostess, they'll think less of me. But at the same time, I think, well, I don't actually agree with that. I think you're kind of overestimating how many people watch the show. And secondly, I thought they'd have thought the opposite. They'd think it's good for business, you know. No one despised the fact you were an air hostess on Love Island. I think it'd be fine if you went back, but I just don't think she wants to go back. A lot of them don't want to go back after Love Island. They get that whole vibe of, is there another way to make a living that isn't the hard grind? And I think some of them do actually find out there is, but I imagine it gets hard at some point for all of them, purely because work isn't always incoming, is it? I think it's interesting that Helena talks about doing therapy, and I think, wow, so your Love Island experience means you're not going back to your day job and you're in therapy. That's not a great reflection on the programme at all. is it? But on the subject of going back to the day job, Messy Mitch, guys, has returned to his. Messy Mitch has returned to his day job, which I think was a gas boiler inspector, an engineer, wasn't it?
Messy Mitch has revealed that he's been forced to go back to his day job. He's even claimed that he's now poor. Kind of feels like karma for what he did to Grace. He spoke about it on his Snapchat yesterday because a lot of people were wondering why he had been so quiet. By the sounds of it, it looks like people were claiming it was due to his new girlfriend. But he has said, yes guys, listen, giving you an update on my life, and to be honest with you, I've just not posted on Snapchat at all since I'm grafting so much. Didn't have a 9 to 5 for 2 years because old rock star famous cool guy. Now I'm poor, so I've got to go to work and I can't go on dating shows because I'm in love with a girl. But it's not that, guys, it's just I've been working loads. Before Love Island, Mitch was a gas engineer, so I'm guessing he's gone back to that, and to be fair, it does pay pretty well. It was quite an interesting statement to make because if he didn't have a girlfriend, he probably could go on more dating shows and make more money through TV. A lot of people aren't a fan of Messy Mitch, especially after the whole Grace situation. But to be honest, I feel like if they do ever break up, he will be straight back on TV.
And that just goes to show, doesn't it, that after these shows, there is just no way you can tell whether your career as an influencer or someone who endorses products is going to last after Love Island and also make you enough money to actually survive. I mean, I'm amazed that Messy Mitch is just going back now. How's he managed to survive all this time? Because I don't really think he offered anything that special to the influencer sphere that wasn't there already. But they all try different things, I know, but for me, Messy Mitch was like, yeah, I get it. You know, he's messy and he's funny, but he doesn't seem to have that ring of affection around him from the fans that some of the other contestants get when they leave the show. So, there we go. I mean, good luck to him. And I have to say, even though I'm not a massive Messy Mitch fan, I respect anyone for going back to their job. I respect anyone for getting up and going to work. I think it's an admirable thing to do. So well done everyone who does it. And if that's you, well done. Thumbs up. And once you've gone to work and earned all that money, make sure you give it to a YouTuber like me, because that is how your life is supposed to work. Thank you guys for watching. Not lots to tell you today, and I'm sure there'll be more coming down the pipeline very soon, because now that Yasmin and Jamie are split up, I think there will be others following suit, and I'll be curious to know who that is. Not in a cruel or mean way, but just because, hey, the dominoes do start to fall after a while, and there are a lot of couples who are very quiet, and I wonder why. And I think it might be because things have come to an end, and they're waiting for that special moment to tell their fans the special news. And here's some special news for you. This video is over.